This is my first ever lo-fi video, so I'm hoping to incorporate a little bit of soft-spoken. So I'll probably talk a little like this, and then I'll also be whispering. It might be a bit difficult to keep it all, you know, how I want it, but I will try my best. This is the first lo-fi video I've filmed. No mic. I figure before we do the actual bookshelf, I could show you around the bookshelf. So I'll just do a quick overview. This is one of two of my bookshelves, so I will show you this one first. This one is mostly just like TBR books, so books that I haven't read yet, library books. There's a couple like children's books from when I was a kid that I'm just like don't want on my other shelf, so they sit here. So I thought I could show you all the keychains that I have around the mirror and whatever else there's here. So I don't know what this is, I just found it and hung it up. And then I have this, this is a painting, a watercolor painting that I did. I don't even remember when, but yeah, this is what it looks like. This is back in high school at least. And then over here we have a little Hawaii keychain. I'm shaking because I just went for a run, you guys. I don't know why, but my body shakes. Okay, anyways. A Hawaii keychain from when I went to Oahu. Let's see if I can get it to focus on it. There we go, super cute. Then we have this little plushie guy. I got this on a trip with friends. And then I have a little Mickey Mouse from when one of my friends went to Disneyland or Disney World, I'm not sure. And then we have this dog that I also painted. This was even older than the hand one, I think, but yeah. So yeah, and then down here we have some more keychains. This is a koi fish, an origami koi fish from Malaysia. And then we went over to here. This is a keychain from my boyfriend's aunt, and it's she made it, so it's kind of cool. It's also, it was crocheted, I think. And then we have this watermelon keychain, which she also made, and this daisy keychain is from his cousin. I don't know where this one's from. I have a tracer keychain from Overwatch, if you know, you know. And then I have this keychain from New York. Moving down here, we have the top of my bookshelf. So on here, I just have this plant. This is from my boyfriend because he knows I love plants. He gave it to me in fall, so the decor is kind of fall vibes, but I honestly couldn't be bothered to change it because I kind of like it. So, and then moving over here, this is a grapefruit essential oil that I can use for my diffuser. And then these are the cards. If you watched my previous video, they just sit up here usually. And then here we have this plant, which at one point died, which is why the leaves are so scarce, but it is living now. But this is a dragon tail plant. It's got 2 different stems now, so that's really good. Ignore the pot. I mean, it's dirt, so what do you expect? And then right here, this is a little blown glass dish, or like a, what do you call it? Jewelry dish. And my mom got it for me. It holds like this. This is from Hawaii. When I went, it's an anklet, and then some earrings from my boyfriend's cousin. And then we have this salt lamp. If you know, you know. This was from like 2015. It was the vibes back then. Everybody had one, so I was like, I need to get one. It's very pretty, but I don't know where the light went, so it just sits here and exists. But you know, I think it really adds to the space, so yeah. So now we're gonna get into the books here. This is all like old books that I've had since I was like a teenager, or like YA series. Except for this one. This is a gift from somebody. It's the Love You Forever. But these are all books that I have not read yet. So first we have Mr. what is his name? Jabba the Hutt or something. Yeah, he is a little creepy, but Star Wars stan. Okay, and then we have The Maid by Nita Prose, Ginny Moon by Benjamin Ludwig, Say Nothing by Brad Parks, Little Fires Everywhere, A House in the Sky, The Outside Boy. I have no idea what this book is, to be honest. I've had it for years. I actually should just get rid of it. I don't think I'll ever read it. Then we have Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. And I've read this one, but I read it quite a few years ago, so I would like to revisit it. And this is the second book in that series. I got it thrifted, so the dust jacket was not with it, but that's okay. And once again, the Love You Forever. So this is the first shelf. And then moving to the next little box. This is all of my thrifted books, except for this one for whatever reason. But these are books that when I go to the thrift store, I'm like, I'd like to read this eventually. And it saves me from buying new books usually. So yeah, we have Mad Honey by Jodi Picoult and Jennifer Finley Boylan. I like Jodi Picoult, so I'm interested to read this. And next we have Firekeeper's Daughter. This is a YA, I want to say fantasy. The cover is super beautiful. Look at that. It's part of the reason I bought it. I want to get to that. And then we have The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. I have heard that this is not V.E. Schwab's best work, but I'm still interested in it. And yeah, if I pick up Vicious first maybe and read that, maybe I'll revisit this, or I'll read this first and see. But then we have The Year of the Flood by Margaret Atwood. I have read Margaret Atwood's, what's it called? The Handmaid's Tale. I read that and I really liked it, so I thought I'd just pick up something else to try from her. And then I have They Both Die at the End. This is apparently also not the best, but I kind of wanted to read it. The Book Thief and A Thousand Splendid Suns, they both fall under old books that everyone loved that I feel like as a person who started reading a bit later, I feel like I need to read them to add to my inventory of books. So I hope to get to those soon. We have The Song of Achilles and The Midnight Library. And then we have a beautiful little Padme. Which is kind of scary, but it's okay. And also, whatever this is, Two Rocks. I found it and I put it on my shelf. And I think it's might be Bakugan. I don't know. Okay, and then moving down here, these are my library books that I have taken out currently. Just have a sticky note on it to cover the front there, but we have Loki. This is a, I guess, a youth story for Loki, so it shows his like upbringing or something. And then we have Anne of Green Gables, the manga classic version. I read this one already. You know what? It was kind of good. I wasn't sure. Like, Anne of Green Gables is a really large series that I didn't really know if I was willing to pick up. But after reading it, I'm like, you know what? Maybe I do want to check it out. So, yeah, it kind of gave me insight. Then we have One for My Enemy by Olivia Blake. I haven't read any of her work yet, but apparently this is one of her best. So, I'm going to check it out. I'm excited to read it, actually. And then I have A Registry of My Passage Upon the Earth. This was one of the books that when you're at the library, you grab it and you just read the back and you're like, yeah, I want to check it out. So I have no idea who the author is, Daniel Mason. Don't know anything about what this book is, but I just want to check it out because I like the idea of it. Then, we have Angry Kirby down here. Then moving over here, we have some more books. These are like, I don't even know what these are. These are miscellaneous. So the Poppy War I have read, but the Dragon Republic I have not. And I like the Poppy War. I feel like it was one of my first fantasies that I read, which was not a good place to start because it's very very intense. So I kind of want to reread it, even though I didn't read it that long ago, and just see. But anywho, then I have Daughter of the Moon Goddess. I do have the second book, but it's not on my shelf right now. And then Daisy Jones and the Six. I did not like this book, and I've only read like the first chapter, so that was a hard DNF, but maybe I'll revisit it. I just don't like the style of how it's told, so it doesn't look too bright. Then I have Allegiant. I don't know why I don't have Divergent or Insurgent, but I have Allegiant, so that's good. And then Since You've Been Gone, this is a book from when I was a teenager that I read, and I don't know, I don't think I want to part ways with it. These are like self-help slash comic book, I guess. So I have an Overwatch anthology that my brother got me. I've read part of it, but not all of it. Brazen, which is a graphic novel about women of history and like what they've done. Then we have Atomic Habits. If you haven't heard of it, you should probably have heard of it. And then we have The Body Keeps the Score, which I got from my mom. Sophie's World, because I was getting really into Greek mythology. And then Feel Better at 5, which my boyfriend got me years ago. Okay, and then the last little shelf here. These are all of my old school novels. So we have The Old Man and the Sea, Holes, 2 of the Chronicles of Narnia, and The Boy in the Striped Pajamas. And then I have an extra copy of It Ends With Us, so it just sits here because I'm planning to bring it to a little library around me. And then I have some binders from when I did school, so. Alright, so the lighting in this room is not nearly as good, but I figure I'll show you them anyways because this is kind of fun for everybody. I have some fantasy series here. The floor is creaky, I'm so sorry. You'll have to just deal with it. I'm so sorry. So yeah, Tiger Saga, oh my god. This is I want to say young adult. This was my favorite series for a long time, and honestly, I just haven't read that many series, so it kind of still sits at the top. But it's basically about a girl who gets, I guess, summoned to help break a curse that is cast on these 2 Indian princes, and yeah, so she has to travel to India and help them. And yeah, there's a lot of like nuanced stuff throughout the way, but we have Tiger's Curse, Tiger's Quest, Tiger's Voyage, and Tiger's Destiny. Then we have The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes by Suzanne Collins. I haven't read this one, but I have read The Hunger Games and the rest of it. I would like to reread it because I honestly cannot remember. This book is upside down. I can't remember like whether I liked. I feel like I remember not liking this one, whatever. So anyways, and then I have Serpent and Dove by Shelley Mahurin, and honestly, this book went through the ringer. I took it traveling, and that's all you need to know. It ended up like that. So on the next shelf here, I have my Polaroid Instax, like little photo album, a piece of washed up glass from Capri in Italy, and then I have my 2 little pigs. Look how cute they are. And I have my Polaroid camera and some affirmation things. So yeah, okay, so moving to the next one. Next one I have, this is all of the books that I am currently reading, like I have started or I just finished and I need to find a home for. So the first one we have here is The Marriage Portrait by Maggie O'Farrell. I got this when I was in Greece and I started it, but I got distracted by other books and never finished it. And then I also have Demon Copperhead by Barbara Kingsolver, which I have talked about on my channel. I started it and also haven't finished it. I just get so distracted reading books. And then I have Happy Place by Emily Henry, which I also started on my Kindle, and then, like I had said in my previous video, the library, like the period of time I had to take it out went away, and so I never got to finish it. And I have Normal People by Sally Rooney. Haven't finished that. I started it like 5 times and I can't seem to get into it. And I have Heartless by Elsie Silver, which I also started but haven't gotten into yet. And then these are books that I just recently finished. So I have In a Thousand Different Ways. Oh, actually not this one. I just need to find a home for that. This is Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine. Oliphant, I don't know. And then we have The Nightingale, which I also talked about in a recent video, and I just finished that. So those are my recent books and books that I'm currently reading. We have some books that I've already read. I have my Colleen Hoover collection. I've got Verity, Ugly Love, and It Ends With Us. I've got a book that I read a long time ago when I was younger and I really liked it. I would like to reread it to see why I liked it as a kid. I think it's really interesting to look back on books that once spoke to us and see, you know, before we were bookies, why it did, and you know, maybe there was a reason for it. So then I have Anatomy of a Misfit, which I also read when I was, you know, younger. We have The Handmaid's Tale and The Testaments by Margaret Atwood. These are really great novels. This one's better, but they're both really good. We've got John Green, Paper Towns, and The Fault in Our Stars, classics. We've got Educated by Tara Westover, which is a memoir, which is really powerful and really beautiful. I gave this book 5 stars, so I would recommend it. We've got The Glass Castle by Jeanette Walls, which is also a really powerful memoir. But this one, I mean, you can't rate, I don't know, I can't really rate memoirs in a way that like one is better than the other, but I liked Educated. Finally, we have The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. This book was okay, so yeah, if you want to read it, you could. These are all of my boyfriend's books, so as you can tell, he's not a big reader, but he has some cute ones, like for example this Tintin comic. He got this in Greece. He got this in Greece as well, the Greek and Roman myths. We've got a classic, which is Dracula here. We've got The Game by Scott Kershaw, The Last Magician, and The Forbidden City. One of these two is not the first book in the series, and he bought it. I think it's this one, and now he can't read it until he buys the first one, so that's good. Then we have Hostage by Claire McIntosh. We've got An Astronaut's Guide to Life on Earth by Chris Hadfield. Really want to read this as well. Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow, also want to read this. And then The Hike by Lucy Clark. Yeah, so let's go down one shelf. I'm just gonna show you these. These are all my games from when I was younger that I don't know what to do with, because I don't want to get rid of them yet. I don't know. They're just for Xbox 360. They're my brother's and mine. But anywho, this is the final bookshelf. So this is some series that I read when I was younger. I have the P.S. I Still Love You and the To All the Boys I've Loved Before by Jenny Han. This was the movie now, I think, or a TV show or something. I think I watched it and I liked it, but I also really liked the books. So. And then we have The Mysterious Benedict Society. This was like a young adult fiction, and I think I liked it. I can't really remember. And then we have a series of unfortunate events. I have random books because I got some from the library when I was reading it when I was younger. But yeah, love this series. But yeah, so those are all my books. I mean, here I have a globe. Travel nerd. And then I guess I can show you what I have on top of my shelf. Here we have some cute little figurines. Okay, so we have Squirtle. My boyfriend likes Pokemon. Not High. We've got Baby Yoda. Grogu. We've got Reinhardt statue that I got from a friend. Lego set that's from, it's like a postcard, Lego postcard from London and Paris. Then we have Nemo and Dory here.